Hi, welcome to Collection Connection. I'm Nate the Great.
I'm Dave Tigerman Smith.
I'm Miles Spoiler.
And we're going to be doing our top 5 favorite TV shows.
With number 5, I have Naked and Afraid.
Naked and Afraid is a great show.
It's an amazing show. It shows what people would do if they were naked and or afraid in the wilderness. If I was on the show, they would start it off with his survival rate is 1.1 for his expectancy of food trucks and love of pancakes.
His inability to molest his female counterpart would be detrimental to his survival on the island.
I would say the Morning Wood would be great for the campaign.
Okay, Miles, what's your number 5 show?
Mine is Goosebumps.
Why do you like Goosebumps?
I like Goosebumps because it's kind of like Haunting Hour, except it has like a little bit more of like lightness instead of like scared people. It's like half scared and half not, kinda.
So it's a little bit more fun, a little bit lighter.
That actually came out when me and Nate were actually younger men.
Yeah. Dave watched it when he was a kid. I was a late teenager, young adult.
And he was still scared.
I was still scared to this day of Goosebumps.
Has to put on sleep with that nightlight.
Okay, my number 5 is a classic comedy starring Ed O'Neill, Married with Children. Married with Children was one of when Fox first came out as a network, it was one of the first few shows that they had.
It was one of the greatest shows ever made. And now, Nate, you're married with children. How does the show hold up to you?
You know, watching it now, it seems a little bit dated, but I can see maybe joining No Ma'am.
But do you see any similarities or?
My family and I get along pretty well. I mean, I couldn't co-host a show with my son if he was like David Faustino.
I could actually see him becoming Bud.
You can see it?
Yeah. Okay, now let's get on to number 4. My choice is Nathan For You of Comedy Central. It's a pretty funny show about a guy that goes to save businesses, but is he really trying to save them? He saves them with pretty horrible ideas that end up being hilarious. Miles,
I haven't seen it yet.
We need to watch it.
I need to DVR that. I gotta get that in my repertoire. If it's one of your favorites, I know I'd love it.
I think you should.
Mine is Haunting Hour.
And
I like it because it's even more, a little bit more. It's like a lot. It's like 50, 100 more percent scarier than Goosebumps, and it's like more like.
What percentage was it?
What?
What percentage scarier was it?
I think he said 50, 100.
100% scarier than Goosebumps. That's a lot of percentage.
And I like it more than Goosebumps because Goosebumps was like old and like kind of old school. Am I right?
Mm-hmm.
And Haunting Hour is like newer than it, so I like Haunting Hour more than Goosebumps.
Okay, that's great, buddy. At number 4, Nate the Great, I have American Horror Story. This is a continuing show that's still airing right now. I like to mix up my list with both classics and new shows. And American Horror Story, for those of you who've watched it, it's going into its 4th season now, which I can't wait to watch. But every season, it's its own contained entity. It tells its own story. And a lot of times they use the same actors during different seasons to play different parts.
It's pretty much a group of actors, and sometimes they have co-actors come on, little seasoned guest stars.
But I mean, the spin, what do you call it? When they put the flip on stuff, the twist. The twist on that show is ridiculous. Out of all the seasons, season 1 floored me. I've liked the other seasons as well, and I'm hoping that this next one
really
with the
good.
Killer Clowns is going to hold up to the legacy that they've given us.
I'm sure it will. On my number 3, I have FX's Fargo.
Fargo. I saw the movie
Fargo.
with William H. Macy back in the day.
The TV show was actually incredibly amazing, although a really messed up show with Billy Bob Thornton. Great show. If you haven't seen it, check it out. I can't really go into what it's about without spoiling it. Miles, what would your number 3 be?
Mine is Spooksville.
Spooksville. That's a good show. We watched that together. It's part of the Hub Family Hour. The Hub's got like the Haunting Hour, Goosebumps, and Spooksville, and it's kind of like a family.
Game night thing?
No, not family game. It's like spooky shows for the family. So, what do you like about Spooksville, buddy?
I like it about Spooksville because every video, every like show of it has like ghosts and monsters and like goblins and stuff, and every video is like different. Instead of like, this is part 1 of skeletons versus zombies or something like that, and instead of just 2 videos or 3 or 1 or 2 or 4, it's like one whole review.
Fair enough.
Okay. Number 3, I have The Walking Dead. A highly rated, highly watched show going on right now. Been watching it since it started. If you don't know about The Walking Dead, what can I say? It's
You've been living in a cave.
Yeah, you are Walking Dead.
Say hi to Bin Laden and Saddam Hussein for us.
Yeah, definitely. Great show, great acting, great effects, great plot lines. There are times when it goes a little bit slow. There are times when it goes really fast. But all in all, top 5 for me.
See, number 2. This countdown's going pretty fast. Let's see. I have American Horror Story. It was a little low on Nate's list, in my opinion. I think it's probably one of the best shows out today.
Oh, definitely.
It would really be my number 1 if not for my number 1 choice, which we'll get to in a minute. Miles, what's your number 2?
I'm Naked and Afraid. And I like it because they have like people that go into the like woods and like have to like survive for like 3 weeks, and they have to do that if they want to, but if they don't, then they like don't get too much experience and stuff. And if they do, then they get a really much of experience, and they get more experience, and they get a little bit more carried down of weight.
Oh,
And,
they get to lose weight too?
I think
Yeah, it's a great diet
Maybe
show.
we all kind of need to go on Naked and Afraid
Except for him, he would disappear
for
in
a
a day.
few weeks.
Okay, my number 2 for Nathan, Game of Thrones. Great. Just if it wasn't for my wanting to pay homage to the classics for my number 1, then Game of Thrones would be up there for me. 4 seasons in, I'm riveted by the characters, by the acting, the stories, the effects, and the fact that if you fall in love with somebody, chances are they're gonna get killed. So, watch it, Game of Thrones. I can't recommend it any higher.
Starting with the Tiger Man, and that's gonna be Breaking Bad.
Breaking Bad.
If you haven't seen Breaking Bad, then
Which I haven't.
I feel bad for you. Amazing show about a school teacher with cancer that cooks meth. How can you turn that down? I don't know. I don't know.
Gotta get on that meth wagon.
It's pretty awesome. The blue stuff, man. It's amazing. If you haven't seen it, check it out. Miles, what's your number 1?
my number 1 is Ghost Hunters. And my favorite thing about it is because it's really and on one of them, on like I think on a commercial, I still remember it. A person went through like a little doorway, and someone was behind them, and the one who went through the doorway like first, or whoever did, whatever time person, and they went through and they got like a scratch on the back or a scratch somewhere, and I think that was pretty cool, and I love it because it's really cool, and I like put cameras in certain rooms. That way they could come in the room or tell them which room to go in. I think. No, I don't think that's.
Spoiler alert. Okay, number 1. Oh, you're still going? Go ahead, bud.
And it's really really cool because they like get to talk to the ghost, and I think I remember one, and when like someone, a ghost or a spirit, moved the chair out of like a table with a bunch of chairs.
Yeah, I noticed that all of your shows that you watched, except for Naked and Afraid, were all spooky shows. You like the spooky stuff, huh?
And naked shows.
Spooky, scary, naked shows. Okay, for me, number 1 is it's a tie between The Twilight Zone
Great show.
and The Outer Limits. From a similar era, but a very similar message, and it's really ahead of its time. You watch those shows, and a lot of them will still hold up to this day.
Oh, by far, with William Shatner.
Just so many.
stars,
Candice
yeah.
Bergen at a young age. I mean, so many. And, Rod Sterling just with his cigarette and his creepy voice and the introductions. I mean, those shows are classics.
Yes.
And they're even good enough to where they've remade those shows throughout the years. And I found the remakes to be good as well, too.
Yeah.
So, if you get a chance, check it out. Twilight Zone or The Outer Limits. Great shows, great sci-fi, great horror. Every show's its own show. So if you get a chance, please check out Twilight Zone and The Outer Limits. So once again, this is Nate the Great
Miles spoiler.
Dave Tigerman Smith.
for the Collection Connection. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you soon.
Make sure you subscribe, comment, and wait, did we already do the prize thing?
We're not doing a prize this time.
Oh.
We'll give you miles for 1 hour.
Yes,
No.
he mows lawns. He does dishes.
No, I don't. I'll
He's a
only
really good poop
defeat
cleaner.
your games.
Defeat your games. Okay. Comment, subscribe, and like down below. And we're looking forward to hearing from you soon. Thank you very much, and thanks for watching the Collection Connection.